Welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be doing dress rehearsal show prep, trying out a saddle and also trying out the rig that I'm going to have to show in the show that's coming up. Now the idea that I'm working on today is I'm working on basically a Western pleasure, nice collected little trot. And I'm going to work to the point where I can kind of get it. And as soon as I get that nice trot, I'm going to stop and release. Okay, even though I want my horse to neck rein, the thing that I'm most concentrating on is I want my horse to collect. Now, the way that I'm going to ask her to collect is with two hands and not with one. That means I'm going to have my hands in a bridge like this with my thumbs in between, and I'm using split reins, which is something I don't really like doing. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bridge and I'm going to pull out and I'm going to squeeze with my hand, with my legs, and I'm going to ask her to give her nose. Now, I can already tell the objective here is to keep as least amount of pressure as possible on that bit and get a nice, slow Western pleasure trot. And I need to get her nose at a 90-degree angle to the ground without really pulling on her. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping the squeeze with my legs. I'm actually squeezing all the way through my inner thighs and my lower legs, telling her to round up her back and push her weight up into her shoulders and into her hindquarters and actually collect. And she's holding it for short periods of time, but we haven't really practiced this using this type of bit. And what I'm really trying to get done is a nice, slow Western pleasure trot. There we go. Of course, she relaxes and puts her head down, because we are going to try to enter Western pleasure. So I'm going to ask her again, squeeze up, and then I'm going to ask her to put her nose down, squeeze. Pay attention to me, not the other horse. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Nope, put too much pressure. See how she kind of gave me the nod? There we go. There we go. Feel her rounding up now. And I can be as light with my reins as I possibly can, because I do not want to pull on that bit. I'm really only touching it with two fingers. And I'm using my bottom fingers, my middle finger, my ring finger, and occasionally my pinky to kind of just do little micro things. There we go. There we go. Now that's the frame I want right there. Get out of frame. Back in. There we go. We have a helicopter going over. Of course, that always makes things a little interesting. But this is what I'm going to do. Just trot around in circles and just try to get that frame. And as soon as I get that frame, I'm going to release and reward. And that's just what we're going to be working on. I decided to do this show. It was only a couple of weeks ago. I didn't give myself enough time to prepare. We've had bad weather, what have you. When I finally did my entrance fee, I found out that I'm going to have to go by AQHA rules. Now, I asked if I could show in a bosal, because I've been working with her in a bosal. I felt very comfortable, but according to AQHA rules, you can only use a hackamore or a snaffle bit. That means a bit without a shank on it, for horses that are 6 years old and under. Guess what? She's 7. So according to AQHA, I have to show in what's called a shank bit. That's their rules. Now the idea and the reason why they want you to show in a shank bit by the time the horse is 7 years old is to prove that your horse now is advanced along enough so you can ride one-handed and that you can neck rein. Well, that's all fine and dandy for the show pen, but you know, it's not really what I like doing. So I haven't really been practicing that. So now I've got to go back and I've got to establish things for the show pen that I really haven't been doing if I want to make this show. So that's where I'm at. Thank you very much for joining us on today's video. And if you've enjoyed the video, remember to give us a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And to see more, check out our playlist.